Well, you learned present continuous already. You know how it is used, right? Do you have any ideas about past continuous? So the only difference here is simple and past. Okay? So that's why present continuous and past continuous share a lot of similarities, okay, when it comes to the usages. Now, let's start with the first thing, the formula. You see, any continuous tense, when you use continuous tenses, you have to make sure that there are two major components. The first one is to be, and the second one is verb ing, V-I-N-G. All right? But the difference will be here, to be. Now, you learned present continuous, and you still remember the structure, the formula. You're going to start with the subject, and then to be. To be here is is, and then V-I-N-G, verb ing. But for the past continuous, you just simply changed is, into was and were. Remember, was, not was, okay? Was, were. So we use was with the subjects I was, he was, she was, and it was. And to be were, yeah, very good. We have we were, you were, and they were. Okay, good job. And after that, we add V-I-N-G. Right, so now let's have a look at an example to see how past continuous is used. Let me tell you one story about Tom and Jerry. You know Tom and Jerry, very famous cartoon characters? Yeah. So the story goes like this. It was getting dark. While Tom was singing, Jerry was dancing. When Tom and Jerry were having fun, all the lights went off suddenly. And Jerry was always screaming and shouting. Tom complained. Okay, well, now the very first sentence. It was getting dark. When we describe the time, like, it was getting dark and you cannot see everything clearly outside. So this one is, the past continuous tense is used here to describe a changing situation, okay? 2 hours ago, at 4 or 5 a.m., the sky is still bright. But when it's 6 or 7 or 8, it's getting dark, right? But now it is the past. So you have to use the past continuous to describe the changing time, the situation. So we have, it was getting dark. And how about Tom and Jerry? What were they doing when it was getting dark? All right, just imagine Tom and Jerry were doing something at around 6 o'clock. All right, at 6 o'clock, yesterday evening, for example, Tom was singing. While Tom was singing, what was Jerry doing? Wow, Jerry was dancing. All right, again, what were they doing? What was Tom doing? And what was Jerry doing? While Tom was singing, Jerry was dancing. So you use past continuous to describe an action that was happening at the moment of speaking, not in the present, remember? You learned present continuous. You still remember the first usage of the tense? All right, so you use present continuous to describe an action that is happening at the moment of speaking. So, past continuous, the same. But the only difference here is the timeline. It already happened in the past, right? So, in this case, you use past continuous to describe an action that was, okay, that was happening at the moment of speaking, but in the past. All right? So what was Tom doing? Tom was singing. And Jerry was dancing. So we're going to use while to connect these two clauses together, two actions together. So in this case, two actions were happening at the same time. So you want to describe two actions that were happening at the same time. Use while, okay? Next, when Tom and Jerry were having fun. They were having fun. Tom was singing, Jerry was dancing. They were having fun. What happened? All the lines suddenly went off. Just imagine, they were singing and dancing, were having fun, but all the lines went off. Okay? So, in this case, you use when. When. All right, to describe an action that was happening, but you see, another action interrupted it. All right, what were they doing? They were having fun. So what interrupted them while they were having fun? All the lines went off. So this situation, remember, this situation interrupted the action. All right? So in this case, we use when. And the very last sentence we have, Jerry was always screaming and shouting. Does it remind you of one of the usages of present continuous? Yes. So the present continuous is also used to describe an action that is always happening and causing people to feel upset, okay, or irritated. For example, anyone who has a very bad habit and he or she is always doing something to drive someone crazy, to irritate or annoy someone. So in this case, the same is applied to the past continuous. So in this case, we have Jerry was always screaming and shouting. Unlike Tom, Tom always keeps his cool or keeps calm when all the lines go off. However, Jerry is scared of the darkness. So Jerry was always screaming and shouting in the dark. Okay? So in this case, remember, we use past continuous to describe an action that is always happening. Right? Which makes people feel annoyed or irritated. Okay? So Jerry was always screaming and shouting, which made Tom very annoyed.